All right, seventh grade. This is lesson 24, dividing integers. All right, seventh grade. This is lesson 24, dividing integers. We have a reminder. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. It says a deep sea diver logged a total of negative 427 feet over the course of 7 dives. What integer represents the average depth per dive? You can write the problem using integers as negative 427 divided by 7. It says divide integers just as you do whole numbers, but it's important to remember the rules for determining if the quotient is positive or negative. The rules for dividing are when both integers being divided have the same sign, whether it's positive or negative, the quotient is positive. Or when the integers being divided have different signs, the quotient is negative. It's just the same as when we were multiplying in the last lesson. Since the integers being divided in the problem, negative 427 divided by 7, have different sign, the quotient is going to be negative. And if I take 427 divided by 7, I get negative 61. So the average depth per dive was negative 61 feet. Now, down here on the guided practice, we have a remember. When dividing integers, remember the rules for determining the sign of the quotient. Now, it says divide negative 360 divided by negative 60. What is the quotient without the sign? So if I take 360 divided by 60, my answer is 6. It says both integers being divided have the same sign, so the quotient is positive. So my answer is 6. I don't have to put the plus sign or the positive sign with the 6. It's because it's red, positive 6. On number 2, it says divide 80. 80 divided by negative 16. What is the quotient without the sign? If I take 80 divided by 16, I get a 5. The integer being divided have different signs, so the quotient is negative. It says divide 80 by negative 16. We already know it. I know the answer is 5. Since they have two different signs, a positive and negative, my answer is negative. Make sure you have this filled out before going on to the next page. You can pause your video before moving on. All right, when you guys are doing this, the easiest thing I can tell you to do is just do your division. So I know that 24 divided by 6 is 4. They're both positive, so my answer is positive. On problem number 4, I know that 30 divided by 6 is 5. One's negative, one's positive, so my answer is negative. I know that 54 divided by 3 is 18. They're both negative, so my answer is positive. Now, you can do these in your head. You can use the rules for integers, dividing integers, or you can punch them in on your calculator. It's your choice. Finish those problems and then come on down to the applications. You can pause your video. Now, it says write the problem using integers. It says, Mr. Xylus, let me make this a little bit bigger. Mr. Xylus has lost in the stock market. On Tuesday, he had a loss of 320. He owns 80 shares of stock. What is the average loss per share of stock? So when I write this problem out, my number is 320, and it was a loss, so that means a negative. We're doing division. He owns 80 stocks, or 80 shares. When I do 320 divided by 80, I get 4. One's positive, one's negative, so it's a negative 4. Now, it's negative 4, and then if I have to write it, I could say dollars per share, or I could say dollars for loss. Either one of those answers would be correct in stating or finishing that answer. So When you do problem number 13, it is going to be very similar to problem number 12. You have to write out the problem, then you have to, and it's a two-step problem, and then you have to give me your final answer. So you're going to finish all of the problems. Don't forget to submit to me through Canvas when done. Good luck and have fun.